Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another Accountability Success Circle Quickie.
Quickie!
Yes, this is number 75, and we're going to be talking about 4 things that give us life.
We're throwing things off right now for our third quarter.
Yes.
Now we're doing 4 instead of 3.
But it's still going to be quick. It's still going to be straight to the point, and we're going to get started in 3, 2, 1.
Yay!
What's happening? Hey, everybody.
What's up?
Yes. Welcome to another Accountability Success Circle Success Quickie. Yay. We are your success team. I'm Gary Ware, and I'm joined by the ever so fabulous...
Am I over here? No, you're over here.
You're over there. Yep.
Like, high five.
High five. April Schluter. Hello,
Yay!
April. And like April said, we are going off the mold a little bit. We normally do things in 3s, but we couldn't help but to do 4. And so we're going to be talking about 4 things that give us life, because in the AFC, Accountability Success Circle, this month our theme is aliveness. And since it is the beginning of summer, since it's all about sort of loosening up a little bit, what are the things that give us life so we can rejuvenate and fight the good fight? And so that's what we're going to be focusing on. And there are 4 categories, 4 areas that we're going to be focusing on. So as we go through it, let us know in the chat, what are the things in those areas that give you life as well? This is just going to be a friendly conversation. And yes, Stephen.
4.
Not 3, not 5, but 4. Woohoo. So, without further ado, let's jump into it. In the category of work, what are the things, April, that are giving you life right now?
Yes, and if you are watching us live, feel free to go through this reflection exercise with us, because this was a fun, sometimes our quickie tips can be something that is very interactive. If you're watching it on the replay, then you can put a comment or whatnot later, but we're going to be modeling this reflection exercise with you and just give you a sense of what brings us joy. So in work, for me, work has been so strange, because the pandemic really had me put a lot of my business stuff on hold to focus on my family, which is, one of my top priorities, or is my number 1 top priority. And so in that last 2 years, my work has been kind of trying to play catch up based off of all these things that I wanted to do. I kind of left a lot of things undone. And so, but in order for me to get back into the bandwagon, I also had to do a massive cleanup of just the mess that has transpired over the last couple of years for me. So for me, like, what's bringing me joy is that I just spent the last month and a half like cleaning and reorganizing my house and my office. I don't know if you probably go back to some of the previous quickies, you'll see like absolute mayhem in my background, but everything is clean. I've got like more desk space, and now I feel like I'm really ready to go gung-ho with the work that I have been struggling to get back on track with. So you'll see a lot of new stuff happening with us in the ASC over the next few months. So that's me. How about you, Gary?
Yeah, and first I want to celebrate Sarah. What's I believe it's in this category of work. What's giving her life is keeping her brain fresh. Yeah, I hear you. I'm going to give you a because there's nothing like some good old personal development. Yes, need to do that again. So, anyways, just to keep us spry, keep us on top of things, and for me personally, in the area of work, the thing that has been giving me life is support. As a solopreneur, as someone that, typically works alone, I'm sort of like the Mandalorian, so to speak. it gets lonely. Yes, I have amazing people that I can turn to, like the lovely Apryl and whatnot. And the thing that gives me life is knowing that there are people out there that have my back, that is supporting me, that I can reach out to and like say, hey, what's up? And specifically what's happening right now is I'm in the process of launching my first book. Playful Rebellion, workplace success,
Show
uh,
everybody what it looks like.
using the power of play. I should always have a book handy. I don't, because my wife is reading it currently. But it's going to be launching in September 13th specifically, and we're going to be having pre-sale hit pretty soon. So if you are interested, you can just go to playfulrebellion.com. You can get on the list to know when it launches. So
Woohoo!
that is my uh, shameless plug there. But yes, I do have Grogu. So when I do get lonely, I can bring up my little guy, and I have my real life Grogu, my son. But I'm just talking about people in my professional network that I'm like, hey, look, this is what's going down. They can give me a pep talk. They can, connect me with people. So yeah, having connections is definitely, it gives me life. It is a reminder that we are all, um, you know, we're all more alike than we are differently. So
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
that is our first category. And so
So make
for
sure you
our
know that what brings you life in work. What's
yes,
number two, Gary?
yes. And so we have one side, and it's great to go to the other side and play, because without having that playfulness in our life, yeah, it'll be dull. All work and no play makes Gary a dull guy. And
Mhm.
so the things that are bringing me life in the area of play, for me specifically, is speaking of my little mini me. My son, he is 5 now, and so he's at the age where he understands things a bit better. He's a little less awkward than he was before, and lately I just been introducing him to things that I like to do when I was a kid, and we recently got RC cars, and
Ooh, fancy.
yeah, and he's actually pretty good. He's not that bad. Matter of fact, my dad bought it for him.
Oh, that's nice.
I was going to get him a little cheap one, and my dad, being a grandpa, he's going soft. He got him a pretty expensive RC car that goes pretty fast. Matter of fact, the max speed that it can go is 30 miles per hour. Right now, it's in a training mode, so you can get used to it. And it goes half that, so 15 miles per hour, and he's pretty good. He's better than I thought. And if you know me personally, shoot me a message, and I will send you a video. I shared it on social media a few weeks ago, but if you didn't see it, shoot me a message. I'll send it to you of him at the park when I allowed him to open it up and go 30 miles per hour, and it is hilarious because he drove it out in a big circle and he drove it back towards himself, and he hit himself in the shin, and it's just ridiculous. So, anyways, yeah, just having fun, and it's summertime, so hanging out with my little guy, that brings me life in the play area. What about you, April?
So summer has become, since last year, my family, we bought a boat, a nice 15-person passenger pontoon here in Chicago, that we don't do on Lake Michigan, but we do in this chain of lakes. It's called Chain of Lakes. And we uh, are able to right now for the summer, if it stops raining here in Chicago, go out on the boat every weekend. And so that's all kicking off. We did our first time out with a couple families on Memorial Day, and it was sunny and beautiful, and it's just great because it allows you to soak in some sun, relax, because you can't really do much on a boat other than relax, and then hang out with people who are near and dear to you. So that's what brings me life in the summer here in Chicago. And then what's coming up in I think a week and a half, I get to go to Portland, and I get to see Gary in person, and a bunch of amazing people who are all going to attend the long-awaited, two years delayed World Domination Summit. So I'm super excited about that. And I know that I have felt very introverted this last couple years, and I feel like in a sea of introverts, I am an extrovert, but I feel like I need something to pull that out of me. So I'm looking forward to seeing how exhausted I am after that week in Portland. So yay! Shall we go to
Yeah.
round three?
Yeah. Oh, real quick before we do, a few comments. Sarah just started family game night. I
Nice.
love it. And Stephen mentioned that I should bring that RC car out to the woods. Yeah, we
Love it.
before the end of summer, we are doing a guys camping trip, and
Ooh,
Garrett's gonna go. I'm gonna go. Steven's gonna go, and our friend Donnie's gonna go. And that will allow Courtney to have some much needed alone time. So we're just going for a few days, and yes, definitely the car will be there. And I love the game night, and that transitions us to the next category of
ooh,
what brings us life, and that is in relationships. So,
nice.
um, April, what about you? What
So
gives you life in your relationships?
kind of tagging off of the last category where, we've got the summer boating. I think that's a really big opportunity to connect with people. I have decided to focus this year on, a core group of people to stay in touch with and spend time with, and cultivating those relationships. So that has been what has been bringing me joy. The like really deep deep relationships with girlfriends, with whoever friends, work friends, whatever that is, but also with the family. And I think also what brings me joy is just the fact that, I've got time with my kids who are now out of school. It's been a week. They're doing their own things, but then I also get to spend more time with them and connect with them in that way. So that brings me a lot of joy. How about
Sweet.
you?
Yeah. Also, speaking of boating, Stephen took a Zodiac boat off the coast of Newport here in Southern California and saw a blue whale. And that is definitely a great reminder of how small we are in this vast world. Puts things in perspective to see those great beasts.
Wow.
And glad you're liking these questions, Sarah.
Woohoo.
And regarding me, the things that give me life in the category of relationship, similar to you, is connecting with meaningful people. As I mentioned, me and Stevie, we are going camping. Also, I've had a few fun coffee dates with some good friends. Our culture first committee. We normally meet virtually. We had our meeting in person recently, and that was awesome. I got to meet with my really good friend Stephanie Tren, and yeah, it's great to see people in person. That's why I am super looking forward to WDS in a few weeks, and also on the in regards to relationship with my wife, we now that my son is getting ready for school, we're making sure that he's going to bed early, and that gives us time to catch up and connect. And we've been watching a show on HBO Max, Our Flag Means Death. In that show, oh my gosh, is a crack up. So yeah, if you like what we do in the shadows and stuff like that, is that sort of vibe. It's pirates and things like that. So we just got finally. We feel great that we're caught up on a show instead of watching a show like way afterwards. So yeah, so that's what we are doing when it's bedtime, and instead of being exhausted and just conking out. So that is three, and it brings us to the last category.
Woohoo.
What brings us life in the area of growth? And again, we are coaches. We are also like forever learners, and if we're not growing, we're dying. So for me, um, in the area of growth, lately I have been focusing on growth as in um, sort of, I guess, physical growth too. I, now that the weather has been warming up, I've been getting and warming up and more daylight. I've been doing more running and stuff outdoors, which is great. And I feel like rejuvenated, like I can jump into the day, because I get up pretty early, 5 o'clock. And then by 5:30, it is somewhat daylight, and I can go for a jog. outdoors and watch the day sort of blossom, which has been great. And it's great. Like I feel awesome, and then I jump into my day, and I feel like I'm a little bit more productive. Um, yeah, that's me. What about you, April?
So this year for me has been a lot about growing again. I feel like I've just been stagnant the last couple of years, which I keep on repeating, and I'm just so glad to kind of be on the past that phase. But this past year, I've almost been working with a running coach for almost a year. I had uh, my second half marathon of 2022, or just in the past year, that I ran this past weekend, and I shaved 11 minutes off of my previous time, which is amazing. Which now means that I only have about 4 minutes to shave, a little less than 4 minutes to shave to hit my PR, which I'm hoping to do at the end of September. So that has been a big growth thing for me. Growth in the sense of losing weight, but growing my calorie intake, because without the weight issues. I was telling my husband that I want to wear a shirt that says like I I race to eat whatever the F I want, because that's basically what is motivating me, being able to just eat whatever. In terms of, other growth, I decided around Thanksgiving to do Invisalign, and I get to brag because this is my last week. I'm getting my retainers on next Tuesday, so I'm gonna be done, and people can see my pearly whites again. So I'm excited to not have Invisalign. And then um, in the area of personal growth, or just mental personal development, I'm really focused on, I think one of the biggest blocks I've had is around this idea of self-promotion, and trying not to be scared to share what I'm excited about and all that stuff. So that is something that is bringing me life, because I'm starting to make breakthroughs in that, and I'm excited to see what comes from that. And so lots of stuff that's budding for me personally and giving me life in the growth area. So those are the four areas that we have decided to reflect on. I hope that you guys had a opportunity to do some of that reflection alongside us. Sarah was saying jumping out of my comfort zone to lead a larger project at work for her, that's bringing her life and growth. I see Steve also said 4 minutes to shave sounds like an action film. I don't know if you see that comment. Yeah. I love it. Yeah, I will make that. I'll make a video of my journey to my new PR. It'll be 4 minutes to shave. My action will be running every day, all day. But anyways, this is our Success Quickie number 75. We have done 75 of these, Gary. And a little plug that the next time we do one, we will be actually in person doing a quickie in person, potentially in my hotel room. So you'll get to enjoy seeing that when we're in Portland. But it'll be fun. We'll make it fun. We'll figure out what we're gonna do for that one. But these quickies are intended to just give some like entertainment for your day and give you an opportunity to reflect on how to grow as a person, but also, have fun and get stuff done, because that is what our community, the accountability success circle, is all about. It's about helping you be your best self, accomplishing the goals that you want to accomplish, but sometimes might need a little bit of some sort of accountability push to get there. And if you're interested in checking us out, go to accountabilitysuccesscircle.com. We have some amazing people from all over the world, and we do a lot of fun stuff to make sure that you guys stay productive and get that stuff done. So, Gary, you have any last words?
Any last words? No, you nailed it.
Okay.
Next one's going to be in person, but thank you for Sarah and Steve for joining us in this conversation. And regardless if you are watching this live or on the replay, we love you, we appreciate you, and we will see you on the flip side. So, yeah. All right, cool. All right. I was trying to time everything. Did not work that way, but it's all good. But see you later. Bye.
Bye.